Your mind is very powerful. Your mind can create all sorts of different things. It can create magic, it can create miracles, it can create blessings, it can create chaos, it can create instability, it can create nervousness and worry. It is a miraculous machine. It is a miraculous computer that you have the capability of reprogramming. Hey, Amy Robeson here. Thank you for joining me on this podcast where we talk about spirituality, the awakening process, mental health, and so much more. Join me weekly to get your weekly dose of spirituality and medicine. I look forward to seeing you on the inside. Hello, my friend, and welcome to today's episode. I am so excited you are here. Your mind is very powerful. Your mind can create all sorts of different things. It can create magic. It can create miracles. It can create blessings. It can create chaos. It can create instability. It can create nervousness and worry. It is a miraculous machine. It is a miraculous computer that you have the capability of reprogramming. Your mind wants to support you. Your mind wants to support you and give you everything that you want. Your subconscious feeds the mind programming, feeds the mind different sets of rules to create your reality. Those rules, those settings, those programmings are based on the past and previous experiences. So, with that being said, do you want to create from the past or do you want to create from the present moment? Chances are you want to create from the present moment and not from the past. Because when we live in the past and not in the present, we don't get to see where our progress has landed. We don't get to experience all of the blessings and use those blessings to create the new future. And what I mean by that is the past shackles us to the past. Your mind, body, soul operates from the past. So does the ego. And when it operates from the past, it has previous conditionings, also known as computer codes in the brain, in the subconscious, that tells the mind what to tell you all day long. And some of these programs are from when you were a kid. Yes, from when you were a kid. Some of these programmings are from your adulthood as well. The main thing that we want to do is pause and observe thoughts. When you give yourself permission to observe your thoughts as a curious student, you have the opportunity to change them. So how can you observe your thoughts? One of my favorite places to observe thoughts is in the shower. I will take a meditative shower where I give myself permission to just be the observer of my thoughts. And I might notice that I'm on repeat from something that bothered me for the day. Or there's this belief that my thoughts are telling me who I am. It could be positive, it could be negative. Most of our thoughts, the majority of our thoughts, are reruns, repeats, and they're usually mostly negative. When we observe the thoughts as a curious student, we can then change them. And we can literally break ourselves free from the shackles of the past because we then have the opportunity to notice the thought and bring it to the conscious. And then we get to be more conscious of that thought so that we don't play into that belief, that pattern, that chaos, that loop. And one of the other ways that I love to observe thoughts, to break free from them, is to meditate. And I know you might be thinking like, but my mind's not supposed to wander when I meditate. No, it can wander. Your mind's going to naturally wander. In meditation, we want to bring the mind back to the present moment. But some days when we're meditating, the mind is off the charts. It's chaotic. It's all over the place. And instead of getting upset with yourself because you can't control the mind in that particular moment, be the observer of the thoughts. Notice what the thoughts are doing. Notice what your thoughts are saying to you, what you're saying to yourself. And then get curious how those thoughts are impacting your reality. Because when you get curious about how the thoughts are impacting the reality, then you get to start seeing the impact in your everyday life. So maybe you have this thought of not feeling good enough, or you can't do that. Maybe you hear your thought going, you can't do that. That's not acceptable. You're not good enough. Whatever it is, you're going to simply tell the thought after you observe it that that's not true. That's not my truth. That's not true. And then you're going to tell yourself something positive. This is a crucial step. So whatever it is that you're wanting to be true, or you can even share to the mind a fact that is true, that makes you feel good, so that you can start shifting out of that frequency, shifting out of that loop, shifting out of that chaos, shifting out of that behavior and or pattern. Your thoughts and your words that you speak out loud cast spells. And let me say that very clearly. And this is not about being a witch. It's not. Every word, every thought holds a particular frequency of truth for you. That particular frequency of truth, every word, deed, thought, and action sends a signal out into the universe. And we operate on universal laws, spiritual universal laws. And one of those laws is the law of attraction. So the universe, creation, doesn't recognize the thought as negative or positive. It just recognizes it as truth. Even if it's not true for you, even if it's something based on the past, the universe will still recognize it as truth because you're sending the signal that casts the spell that says, hey, bring this back to me. I want this. This is my truth. So when you literally tell your brain, that's not true. No, I'm not participating in that today. That's not true. And then tell your brain what is true. And it doesn't even have to be true in that particular moment. It could be something that you're setting an intention. Because remember, the universe doesn't know the difference between positive, negative, doesn't know the difference between the present, the past, and the future. And so what you want to create in the future, you want to ingrain into the present moment because you create the future based on the present. And you are creating your presence based on the past. And so this conundrum that we can be in around a vicious cycle of staying in past behaviors, past frequencies, past loops can keep us stuck. I so often hear my students, my clients will say, like, I feel stuck, I feel blocked. You're not blocked. Stop telling yourself you're blocked. Stop telling yourself you're stuck. You're not stuck. The more you say that, the more you're telling the universe to make that true for you. Do you want that to be true for you? Absolutely not. And I know you don't. So instead of saying you're blocked, instead of saying you're stuck, I want you to pick what you truly want, what you truly desire, what your truth is, so that your future can be exactly what you want, exactly how you want to create it. And it's based on your words, your mind, your deeds, your actions, your thoughts. And it doesn't matter if you're saying it out loud. Your actions, your thoughts hold significant power in your reality. And the more you recognize that, the more you'll recognize how freaking powerful you are, because you're an amazing manifester. Amazing. And if you don't feel amazing, I promise you're an amazing manifester. You created the reality you're in now. You're going to create the reality you're in a year from now. So what is it that you want? Get very bold, get very, very clear, because you're going to create that. And it's not going to happen overnight. You can have miracles that can happen like that, but we have to be patient when we're rewiring the mind, and we have to be consistent. We have to be diligent. We have to catch the thoughts. We have to change the thoughts by speaking new truths. And the more you do this, the more you're going to integrate the reality, the desires that you truly, truly want to create in your life. And you are a powerful creator. You can create anything that you want with time, practice, and patience, and grace, and love, and so much more. And support. Big one is support too. So with that being said, I want to take you through a little exercise. I want you to just give yourself permission to take a nice deep breath in, cleansing breath out, another nice deep breath in and a cleansing breath out. And then you're going to answer this question. You'll ask yourself this question, and I want you to give yourself permission to allow the answer, whatever answer that wants to come out first, to come out and not worry about it. So here's what I want you to answer the question. You're going to say this out loud. I wish I could do blank, but I can't because. I wish I could do blank, fill in the blank, but I can't because, and then fill the rest in. Don't worry, I'm going to give you a second to do this. Notice how that statement made you feel. Now we're going to say, that's not true. No, that's not my truth. What is your truth? Go ahead and proclaim that now. You can say it internally or out loud. What is your truth? What is it that you want to create? That's awesome. I'm so excited. And yes, you can have that. And yes, you can create that. And here's the thing. This didn't take very long. We actually encouraged a belief to come forward by filling a sentence in, a couple blanks in. This is even more easy. I don't want to say more easy. It can feel a little bit less effort when you're just kind of observing. But sometimes we have to trick the brain to be like, I wish I could, but, or I hate when or I'm constantly doing blank and it drives me blank. You can fill blanks in. You can ask yourself questions that allow truth to come out, to see where the subconscious is at, without worrying about judging what comes out. And that's really important, because if we want to get the truth and we can't observe the thought because maybe we're nervous to see it, or maybe we want to practice it in a different way, Ask yourself questions and be honest with yourself, and then cancel it. Because what you're doing is you're bringing the subconscious beliefs to the surface so that you can know them as truth, because that's what's happening in your psyche. That's what's happening in your mind. And then you get to say, no, it's not true. You get to cancel it and you get to choose a different belief. And it's powerful when you do this. And I want to encourage you to not make this a one-time practice. And I've said this already. I want you to encourage you to make this a daily practice. This is a daily practice that doesn't have to take very, very long. And you can do this while you're brushing your teeth. You can do this while you're driving your car. You can do this while you're taking a walk. You can do this while you're washing the dishes. You are in control of your destiny. And that requires you to take control of the thoughts that don't serve your highest good and shift them and change them so that your frequency changes and you attract the things that you deserve and that you want, my friend. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share this with a friend. Bye.